We arrive in the Turks and Caicos.
We find an island destroyed by a hurricane.
Abel does some business.
We complete our first overnight sail together.
And we check into the Dominican Republic.
I keep on wondering if I'm okay, or reassure myself, but I keep on wondering away. I miss looking at you, and you miss looking at me. Amid distractions, I can find myself missing my sea, where I can go swim with the fish.
After 3 months here in the Bahamas, our time has come to an end, and it's time for us to head to a new country. First stop, the Turks and Caicos, and after a short stay, we make our way to the Dominican Republic. Well, the weather forecast was correct. We got 3.6 knots, and we've just seen the Turks and Caicos in the distance. We can't fly the jib, unfortunately, not enough wind, but we do have a mainsail. Not really doing too much though. We got both motors on and we're cruising at about 5.6 knots. And we haven't caught a thing. Absolutely nothing. Not even a real turn. And we got the captain absolutely flat out. Although not our official Australian flag, the boxing kangaroo shows our true spirit of taking the chance.
We are arriving in Turks and Caicos and we're gonna have to go between those two big reefs. And I don't like it. I guess Aniro's gonna go for a little bit of surf. I feel the wave taking us away. It's pretty crazy, yeah. Look at the swell.
I could sing your favorite song, yeah, you'd sing along, you'd sing along. I could wrap you in your favorite clothes and kiss your face, just so you know.
Just about to drop anchor. We're here in Sapodilla Bay. There's only 2 other yachts, and it is bloody beautiful. Well, the customs port where we are is the commercial one. So it's not super common for sailors to check in at this one, although we can. They are very nice. I'm just heading back now to see the customs officer as he is mobile. That's how they used to do it in the old days. A big piece of wood, almost like a telephone pole, old style, and some rope. That is old school sailing boat. We just got back from shopping and we loaded up. We got some cereal, some onions, some apples, we got fresh bananas, yogurts. This is our first lettuce on board on Yoho. Carrots, potatoes, butter, I don't know, got 18 eggs, slab of ribs. How good is the Turks and Caicos shopping compared to the Bahamas in price, Ellen?
Awesome.
And
just the variety too. Like
the variety, the freshness, everything was amazing. So our entire shop, which for us, well, that's going to last us at least 2 weeks, probably 3. That just cost us $106. The same thing in the Bahamas would cost us $250, $300. With only a 7-day visa, we had to make lots of ground east in order to get to our weather window as we made our way southeast towards the Dominican Republic. So we came across the Caicos Flats yesterday. It was about 42 miles and we pulled up anchor here just at the South Caicos Islands, and we woke up with the plan this morning to leave super early. It was blowing 18 to 25 knots, so that didn't happen. And we're going to start heading out towards the Caicos Passage, so that's between South Caicos and the Grand Turk, which is the capital. There is a little town about 5 miles away, so if we have to turn around because it's too rough, then I'll turn to the north and we'll go and aim for that town and just tough it out for a couple of hours to get there. With strong seas and large swell, it was near on impossible to make any ground east toward the Grand Turk. We made the decision to head to South Caicos and bunker down for a few days until the next weather window appeared. The islands of the South Caicos sit roughly 45 miles east across the Great Caicos Bank from the Providencials. In September of 2017, Hurricane Irma and Maria brought devastating winds of 185 miles per hour, devastating the South Caicos and many surrounding islands of the Turks and Caicos and the Caribbean. And there's nothing left. Absolutely nothing. They've sort of rebuilt, but not really. You look at the jetty here. I mean, there's nothing left of it. It's broken halfway down. We managed to tie our dinghy off there. You know, Len's just going in there now. This is obviously the customs and the shops, and there's restaurants and all sorts of stuff. It's just destroyed. And you can just this house here.
They completely give up.
They just gave up on everything they could, and there's no one's trying to do anything. And it's not their fault. The government has just given up on them.
Yeah.
And whoever has rebuilt isn't exactly rebuilt very well.
It's very sad for the locals.
Super sad for the locals here. This is the truth of the Turks and Caicos.
Yeah.
Not the rich and famous side, but the truth. Super sad because the island has good potential and the people aren't too bad. So you can see this place behind us, just destroyed down to rubble, and the government doesn't want to know. They've put no effort into anything to do with this island. They've put no relief fund, nothing. The hospital doesn't even have a roof, and that's 3 years ago they got hit by a hurricane. It's crazy. And then you look at the Provo Islands and the Grand Turk, where all the money's going. It's because the government's putting it all there. And these guys are getting nothing out of it. So you get fooled by these magazines and these articles saying how beautiful the Turks and Caicos is, but it's not all beautiful. One side is fixing it and the other isn't. It's very, very funny how it works, isn't it? With 0 casualties reported, some would say they got off lightly, but the devastation here is widespread. With limited help from the government, the island sits mostly in ruins. Many people still living in shantytown houses.
What are we up to here?
Just made another negotiation. Got ourselves another plate from the Turks and Caicos. All right.
So we are here on someone's backyard. The house are just here. Beautiful by nature, Turks and Caicos Islands.
Why you collect license plates?
Just like,
Where you go? Now I understand.
because when we go home,
Yeah, you say you been into this. Yeah.
we have a story.
Okay. Now I understand.
It's maybe it's a bit silly, but
No. It's not silly. No.
just to remember, like it's a good memory, you know.
No, I understand.
Flamingo, baby. Been looking everywhere for these bad boys. In the mid-1900s, South Caicos produced and shipped more salt than Grand Cay and Salt Cay combined. With over 455 acres of salt ponds, it was the largest production in the area. Well, we're here at the South Caicos Customs Office, and there's nobody home, so we're sort of hanging out. We were told at 2 o'clock they might open again. It's about 10 past 2.
And almost
Still no one here. Ellen's lucky, made a good decision. She's reading her book, quite enjoying herself. As soon as we check out, we're going to pull the anchor up and make our 20-hour journey down to Dominican Republic. And we'll go all afternoon, into the night, all night long, into the morning, and we'll arrive there around midday tomorrow. See you, goodbye, South Caicos. That was an experience. Oceans have calmed right down. The wind has actually got southwest in it, so we got a bit more westerly. In fact, it's almost a straight westerly, which is not bad. It's going to go south at some point, and then it's going to go east through the afternoon, and then to the evening it's going to be quite light. It's only blowing 4 knots, so we should have a nice motor and maybe throw the sail up later on this evening. 5 knots. Reckons we're going to get there about 11 to 12 o'clock tomorrow morning. We've got 84 miles to go, which means we've done 16. And currently we have got a small sail because we have reefed it. Now, if you don't know what a reef means, it means that you can see that there's the whole rest of the mast up there that doesn't have any sail in it. Reefing it means that you're reducing the size of the sail so that if you come across a squall or something along the lines of big winds, then you're not having to deal with a massive sail becoming a problem. So we've reefed the main tonight, and I think we're going to do 2 hours up and 2 hours down. Alen and I are going to share them, and the other person's going to sleep right here on the mattress. A couple of blankets, pillows, and it's not so bad.
So it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm on watch, Ebol is sleeping, and we are not going very fast. We are doing like 3.5 knots and up to 4 sometimes if we are lucky. And yeah, there is no moon tonight, so it's very hard to see anything. Even if there is a lot of stars, it's not enough light, so I'm looking for the sun to rise. Six o'clock in the morning, look at this beauty.
Here we are, 5 miles from the harbour entrance at Luperon in Dominican Republic. Super easy sail across, very calm conditions, arriving on schedule, no problem at all, fantastic timing with the weather, and we are very excited to get checked in and start exploring this country. Righto, we just got our mooring off Mr. Harrison, who's friends with Handy Andy here in Luperon. It's cost us $2 a night. We gave him a $4 tip and we gave him an ice cold beer. And we're right next to the marina, so there's cameras all over it, so we're right in the camera view, so we're feeling pretty happy with that.
And someone gave us the beer yesterday.
And these beers were given to us because their dinghy came untied in the middle of the night, and he swam to our boat at 6 in the morning from miles away and said, oh, can I borrow your dinghy to go and search for it? He was gone like 2 hours. He must have gone 10 miles, found his dinghy, came back and bought us some beers. So that's how we've got him. After picking up a mooring ball, it was time to explore the beautiful island of the Dominican Republic and the local town of Luperon. Join us as we bring you the truth about the DR and the great things it has to offer. Big thanks to all our YouTube subscribers, Instagram followers, and of course our patrons. We cannot thank you enough. If you too would like to support us, head over to patreon.com and search Taking the Chance.